Hey you guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. I am coming to you from the great state of Texas. So before I get into my empties, I want to tell you a few things. So first, I live in San Antonio, and our temperatures here, just in general, in these months, our lows might be 45 at the lowest. Okay. And I've lived in Texas my whole life, and so have most of my family. And this week we had a snowpocalypse. It was awful. So I just want to tell you guys, just take a few minutes to tell you guys about it, because I know that there has been like reporting and there's been stuff on the news, but I'm a real person, and so I'm gonna just tell you my real story. So I live in a decent neighborhood in San Antonio, and on Valentine's Day, it snowed. And I can count on my hands the number of times it has snowed in Texas. I think twice in my life. I'm 40. This would be the third snow that I can recall. The only time that it has ever like stuck, that we've had snow that you could like pick up and touch, was like in 1984, maybe 84 or 5. Other than that, like we've gotten flurries, which is always really exciting, but it has never, created snow on the ground. So on Valentine's Day night, it snowed, and it snowed a lot, and it was beautiful, and it was heavy and amazing, and it covered our streets and covered our trees and covered our lawns and our cars. My neighborhood ended up getting about 5 inches of snow, and it just was incredible. Like, Texans and snow, like we were excited. Okay, so it was joy. My children, like, it was about 10 or 11 o'clock at night when it started, and we all went out there, and we're making snow angels and throwing snowballs, and it was beautiful. And that's going to be one of the things that I remember, is just like the sheer joy of my kids and myself and my dogs and my husband. It was amazing. And so we knew that it was going to be a challenge for our state, because we don't have the infrastructure for these kind of temperatures. It was 12 degrees. It got really cold. It was a challenge. So Monday morning came, and we knew that we were going to start getting rolling blackouts. At my house, I was getting rolling blackouts, which would give me about 30 minutes of electricity on and about an hour of electricity off. My mother, who lives a couple minutes from me, her power turned off and did not come back on. And she's 67. And so by the end, when she finally, I think she was 4 days in, you could see her breath in her home. She did not have any heat. She couldn't cook any food because she didn't have electricity, and all of the food that she had is stuff to cook, so like meat and frozen things. And so she didn't have much ready made. I did try to go for her to several grocery stores. Our grocery stores are empty. I don't mean like I can't find the kind of mac and cheese that I like. I mean, there is nothing on the shelves. They are bare. There's no eggs, milk, bread, meat, any kind of prepackaged anything. The moment that sunlight starts, people would start lining up outside of our grocery store, H-E-B, which would open at 10. And by 8 a.m., there would be people wrapped around the parking lot. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people in line waiting to hopefully get some supplies. I would pick my mom up and drive her around to warm her up in my car. But then there was a run on gas. And so there wasn't enough gas for people. And so I would drive her around, warm her up, and let her charge her phones so that I could reach her. Because although we did not have any electricity and our cell service was really challenging, I was occasionally able to talk to her. By Monday afternoon, our rolling outages started to be about 1 minute of power on and about an hour of power off, which wouldn't even really let the heater work, which is what we were really wanting, is the heater. And so by Monday night, we had no power. It never came back on. And so we were getting really cold. Inside my house, it was in the 40s. And I have 2 dogs. And then I have 2 guinea pigs, and we were really worried about the guinea pigs dying. We couldn't keep them warm. We were using our body heat. I was trying really hard to keep my children entertained and not going crazy. And so my niece did have power, and she has guinea pigs. So she took our guinea pigs and we toughed it out here. And then we decided we were going to go to my sister-in-law's house. We did have a little bit of ready-made food that we shared with my mom, like peanut butter and jelly, stuff like that. But just not enough to feed 5 people for an extended period of time. So we went to my sister-in-law's house. She did have power, and I was very grateful for that. And this time, I couldn't really work, right? I work for Child Protective Services. My phone didn't really work very well. I couldn't get on my computer. We couldn't drive. The roads, I know that Northerners think it's silly that we don't know how to drive on this type of stuff, but you have to know, like, we don't have any of the infrastructure. We don't have snow plows. We don't have salt. We don't have snow tires. We don't have snow clothes. Like, when we're playing out in the snow, we're wearing, I saw something, but it's true, like a hoodie and pajama pants. Like, we don't have big, 0-degree rated North Face jackets. We don't have that here. And so it was really challenging, and it started to get really scary. Lots of people lost water and power, and there just wasn't a place to go, and there was no food, and there was no gas, and it started to get really scary. We did get power back on Friday, and it's sustained power, thank goodness. So our house is heated. The snow started to melt yesterday. We did get a second dusting of snow, which was another 2 inches. And for us, it was just, we're a little done for right now with snow. So we are safe. My mother has electricity now. Her stubborn self wouldn't leave. But we have water, we have power, and we're grateful. Thank you for everybody who reached out or who was concerned, or who just thought about us here in Texas, because we just are not used to it. And it's the same thing as if you guys were, up north, we're in 112-degree heat with no power, right? And no ability to get food or water. It's a challenge. And so we're built for that. We're not really built for snow. So thanks, guys, but we're good, we're safe. So the other little announcement that I want to make is that Scentsy is having a clearance sale on Monday. It starts Central Time at 9:30, and if I were you, I would be on. So I don't know anything that's going to be in the clearance section, but I just love to see, because they always have stuff that I haven't seen in a really long time, or I haven't seen at all, or bars that I want to try. That's usually what I'm looking for, is wax. But I always stock up on body care stuff. I have told you guys that. And sometimes they just have random stuff that I haven't seen before. Last time they had roller ball fragrances. I had never seen those. So that's coming, but also in that clearance sale, like bars that they didn't sell out of in December from Bring Back My Bar, they're letting you do a 10 bar pack for $40. That is an amazing deal. Like you get Bring Back My Bars and you save $20. Like I'm so on that. So I'm really interested to see what scents are left or whatever. So anyway, so I'm gonna go through my empties. Like I told you guys, we haven't had electricity, so I haven't been through very much. But I did get to melt a little bit yesterday, and I melted some before the snowpocalypse. So I'm gonna go through what I melted. So first, let me tell you, I melted some vendor wax. So first I melted Clown Smoothie from Rainbow Melts, and this is Cotton Candy Strawberry Smoothie. This came in, I don't know, some sampler, and it was a cute little hippo that kind of looked like animal crackers. It was really cute. So this, to me, I smelled strawberry smoothie. It was sweet. I would have thought it was more like a marshmallow smoothie base rather than cotton candy, but it was really good. I would say it was one kind of large chunk, and I cut it into 3 and put it in 3 warmers. I would say that the strawberry was very present, and it was definitely a candied type strawberry more than it was like a fresh strawberry, but it was a really nice scent. And then the other thing I have to tell you guys, so I've talked to you guys about Rose Girls before and how it doesn't perform in my house. And so everybody talks so great about Rose Girls, and so I was like, I'm trying this again. So this has been curing for a year. Like I got this in like January or February 2020. And this is Lavender Peppermint Coconut Mallow. And so what I realized was the only time that I've ever bought Rose Girls, I bought what this is, okay, what these little things are. And these are called mini melters. And I really did not understand wax at all at that point. I was just buying Scentsy, and so this was my very first, or my second maybe, vendor haul. I knew I needed to cure it, so I shouldn't melt it right away. But other than that, I didn't really understand. Well, so Rose Girls has these little things, they're called mini melters. And now what I understand is that these are intended to be like mixed with stuff. Hang on one second. Okay. Sorry, like when I hear things out there, I'm like, I know that's not like good filming etiquette, but like I'm a real person and a mom. So that's like, I love wax, but that's more important. So anyway, so these are mini melters. And when I ordered, I'm trying to think back. So when I ordered, I don't think it was like during like a ready to ship or a pre-order or anything like that. I think it was just what was left on the website at the time. Rose Girls does kind of have stuff on the website that just kind of stays there. It's some vendors, like if you go on Rainbow Melts right now, shouldn't have anything on there. It's empty. Because she has just like a set cycle. She is going to start doing ready to ship on the 1st of March, but most vendors like open their store for a couple of days and sell stuff, and then they close their store, pour that stuff, send it out, and do that kind of cycle. But Rose Girls does have stuff on their website kind of occasionally. That's my dog. Anyway, okay. And so when I went on, I just got a bunch of mini melters because that's what was on the site. And I have been melting it, like expecting it to be like just wax, right? Like just pop one of these in and it's going to scent the room. And so I was not very impressed with the performance, but I've been looking, and so she actually does like wax with like kind of these little chunks, different chunks in the wax, and that's her blends. And those are the things that are kind of like the Rainbow Melts, like clown smoothie or whatever, like strawberry smoothie stuff. It's like the blends of all of those different oils, whereas this is like probably just one oil or 2 oils, and it's not intended to be like necessarily just the only thing you melt. And I kind of didn't really realize that. So I am going to retry Rose Girls. I just placed an order in her ready to ship with a lot of blends. I did get a few mini melters, but now I understand the like lemon mini melters are intended to be like add lemon to your, you know, lavender peppermint coconut mallow. So I did melt this, It's actually going right now in this room and in my bedroom, and this one smells divine. The peppermint is what leads, and it really travels. So I could smell this and like moving, I had this, and then I had the smoothie, and I don't know, like, now that I got it, oh, the right, clown smoothie. I had this, and I could smell this like strawberry with this peppermint, and I was like, oh, that smells so good. And I think I got something from Rose Girls that has peppermint and strawberry in it, so I'm excited for that to happen. But it also definitely has this lavender note, and I smell the mallow note. I do not smell any coconut on warm or cold. I smell no coconut at all, which is fine. It smells like lavender, and it's a very sweet lavender. It's like a kind of a bakery lavender, if that makes sense to people. It's a bakery lavender, and then the peppermint is not nose clearing peppermint. It is also kind of a bakery style peppermint. So think of like peppermint extract that you might put in something, or even like peppermint candy canes, like just kind of a sweet peppermint. And then the mallow, it just kind of like makes it really creamy. So it's really good. And it's, I put it in yesterday, can still smell it today. And it's really a lovely fragrance. So actually, I might be eating my Rose Girls words. We'll see. Okay, and then the rest is Scentsy, of course. So when it got cold, before I lost power, I put in Around the Campfire and Snuggle Up. So Around the Campfire went in my open concept. I just wanted something like kind of cozy. And I really like Around the Campfire. It's very smoky. It's got a very smoky note. But then it also has like a really beautiful kind of vanilla-y, like almost toasted marshmallow flavor to it. Like it's a sweet, kind of gooey campfire. It's beautiful. And then Snuggle Up was the only one from the Catching Z's collection that I really liked, or that was really strong enough, I guess. And this smells a little bit like Jammy Time, but with a little bit more floral in it, and it's a powerhouse. It even like travels so much so that these two mixed, and it was a divine scent. Divine. And then I did Sweet Plum Pastry. I did actually 2 bars of this upstairs. I told you guys that I wasn't super impressed with performance downstairs. And this is a lovely scent. It is plum, and like it's a very sweet, like cooked kind of plum note. Like I've never had like a plum pie, but maybe if there's such a thing as like baked plums with all the juices and kind of some like sugar, and then it does have, like they say, it has a coconut note, and I definitely can smell that. I know that sounds weird, but I definitely can smell, and I'm not talking, it's not like, you know, pina colada coconut. It's like the shavings of coconut that kind of can get crispy when they're baked, and then like a pie crust note. But you could, the smell is beautiful. Again, I didn't have great luck with performance. I only got really a day out of it. But again, it was in the middle of this like snowpocalypse, so I can't really give it like a really good performance review. Downstairs, I don't feel like I smell it very well. Upstairs, I smelled it much better, but it didn't last super long. So I'm still gonna try it one more time. It's in my club, and we shall see. And then the last 2, I just put this one in Dumbo Circus Parade. This is in my club, and it is gorgeous. So some people, so in it, it says it's peach, and I don't like a peach scent, but this is like lemon or citrus and a little bit of like sweet fruit, and I guess that's the peach, but I don't pick out just like peach smell. It's blended so beautifully. It is a very light scent, so I only use it in my bedroom, and that is 100% fine for me because the scent itself is gorgeous. Gorgeous. If you can get your hands on one of these bars, I highly recommend this one for a small space. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautifully blended scent. And then in my open concept, Cloudberry Dreams, and I love Cloudberry Dreams. I mean, I really do. I love Cloudberry Dreams. I'm so glad it's back in the catalog because I wasn't sure about putting it in my club, but now I'm like, man, this might need to go in my club because it says raspberry, rose, peach, and vanilla. And that is what makes it so awesome, is it's raspberry for sure. It's a tart red fruit, and then it has that rose, and I do get the rose. So the rose is a little bit body care rose more than it is like essential oil, like fresh rose smell. It's, you know, it's not super green. It's definitely like perfumey rose, which I really do enjoy. It is a gorgeous scent. It's a powerhouse. It smells great. It can carry in a large open concept, but it's just that like fruit floral note. They did so well with this. I know Scentsy always tries to do like fruit floral notes that like a fruity floral, because people don't particularly love floral all the time, or just straight floral. But fruit really helps it. But this is like a special fruit floral. So I really enjoy this one too. If you are not opposed to having something a little floral, a little body care floral, I would recommend this. I would give it a try. I don't think it's particularly winter or summer. And if I was gonna lean, I'd lean more summery anyway, but it's a gorgeous scent. So I really do like this one, and it holds up very well. So I would recommend it. That's it. I know that wasn't that much, but I hope you guys pop on and get something from the clearance section. I hope you find something that just catches your eye. Thank you guys for, you know, like I said, reaching out and caring about us Texans. I promise to not be a snarky person in the middle of summer when you guys have heat waves and you're losing power. So I appreciate you guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.